Never grow tired of listening to the storytellers here, and believe you me, the Irish can tell a great story. And they have some of the best traditional music in the world. And just look at the scenery. If you're going to take a trip around the western coast of Ireland, what better place to start than the beautiful cliffs of Moher? And the times that we had there. In Milltown there's a pub, and it's there that I sat down. I see you everywhere, your face is all around. Search for times past contains such sweet pain. I'll banish lonesome thoughts, but they'll return again. I walk along the shore, the rain in my face. My mind is numb with grief. Of you there is no trace. I'll think of you again when in far-off lands I roam, walking with you by this cold Atlantic foam. Running back to the west coast of Clare, thinking of you and the times that we had there. Thinking of you.
This dramatic scenery has its drawbacks if, like me, you don't have a head for heights. But I was encouraged to find that the man who looks after the cliffs, Joe Vaughan, used to share the same problem.
I was very scared for the first day I ever came up to the tower, and I didn't know what to do. I went to the farthest side of the wall, away from the edge of the cliffs. And then we suddenly had a school outing of kids, and one kid decided to go down outside of the walls. So we had to link hands and get him back up. And from there on, I just I had to join the crowd.
I don't know how you could have done that. I mean, I'm really quite scared. It's an imposing edifice indeed. Is it a spooky place?
It can be spooky because you can get very, very strange winds here. Even in the middle of a summer's day, you get what we call here now the Shiguiha, the fairy wind. And then I had an incident there about a couple of years ago up in the tower where all of a sudden of a fine day, everything in the tower rattled and shook, as if a minor earthquake. We didn't know what it was. And the young lad that worked with me, we just looked at one another and said, well, somebody is throwing stones into the sea. But anyone else that was there ran for their life.
Is it a place that is surrounded by legends at all?
Well, there's the legend, there's the one of Maura Rule getting rid of one of her second husbands over the edge of the cliffs. But mostly there's legends of ships getting lost. But the locals have some awful fear of it. Like they've given me, when I came first there, they said, be careful of the things that'll happen to you up there. And if you feel this wind coming, throw yourself on the ground, like the fairies are up here and things like that. But I had to come up here one morning at 2 o'clock when the tower was vandalized. And I had to spend from that until 6 the next morning there. And I enjoyed it. I just turned on the radio and listened to the night music. The nicest sounds were the birds. But I met nothing worse than myself.
Travelling on up the coast, you cross the wide limestone hills of the Burren, a desolate landscape where ancient man made his home and buried his warrior kings. And it seems almost impossible to believe that the 12 bens here at Loch Aina are some of the oldest mountains in the world, rising as they do some 2,000 feet from the peat bogs below. The bogs are a busy place in summer, with men out cutting and drying the turf for winter fuel, a scene unchanged for many hundreds of years. Tools and even whole tractors have been known to disappear in these bogs, all blamed, I'm told, on the fairies, who are busy by night in the peat bogs of Connemara. A tall story if ever I heard one. And here at Carrow you'll still find the traditional boats used once to carry turf and other produce to the Aran Islands, the canvas curragh and the loveliest of craft, the Galway hookah. Every time I think of you, I always catch my breath, and I'm still standing here and you're miles away, and I'm wondering why you left. And there's a storm that's raging through my frozen heart tonight. I hear your name in certain circles, and it always makes me smile. I spend my time thinking about you, and it's almost driving me wild. And there's a heart line tonight. I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you. No matter what I might say, there's a message in the wire, and I'm sending you the signal tonight. You don't know how desperate I've become, and it looks like I'm losing this fight. In your world, I have no meaning, though I'm trying hard to understand. And it's my heart that's breaking down this long distance line tonight. I ain't missing you at all. I'm Well, it seems wherever you go in Ireland, you can't miss out on finding some good music. Outside a bar in Doolin, I found a band of traditional musicians led by a piper who makes his own pipes, which look a bit different from the more common Scottish pipes.
There's probably three main differences. The first is that it's bellows blown, that is a mouth blown like the other pipes.
Yes.
And secondly, it's capable of producing 2 octaves using the popping strap. You can overblow into the second octave. And then it has, the third main difference is it has these banks of keys that allow you to play chords while you play the chanter, melody chanter.
How long did it take you to learn to play?
Well, some of the old pipers used to say 21 years.
How come? How did they work
say
that?
7 years listening, 7 years practicing, and 7 years playing. Maybe you could do it a bit quicker.
Not far away at Lemina Castle, I met another fine Irish gentleman who entertained me with a song from the old days, Michael Russell.
Oh boys, I'm glad to meet you. If I had money, thought I'd treat you. 'Tis with a song I'd fondly greet you in our own dear land. Now in this age of agitation, whilst we seek home legislation, we're not in the need of separation to ruin our own dear land. Oh boys, I'm glad to meet you. If I had money, thought I'd treat you. 'Tis with a song I'd fondly greet you in our own dear land. The British Commons, they must own, but they have plenty business of their own. So let us settle ours at home in our own dear land. Oh boys, I'm glad to meet you. If I had money, thought I'd treat you. 'Tis with a song I'd fondly greet you in our own dear land.
Ain't no miracle being born, people doing it every day. Ain't no miracle growing up, people just grow that way. Oh, it goes, like a river flows, and time just rolls right on. And maybe what's good gets a little bit better, and maybe what's bad gets gone. Bless the child of a working man, she knows too soon who she is. And bless the hands of a working man, he knows his soul is his. Oh, it goes, like a river flows, and time just rolls right on. And maybe what's good gets a little bit better, and maybe what's bad gets gone. Oh, it goes, like a river flows, and time keeps rolling on. And maybe what's good gets a little bit better, and maybe what's bad gets
The seas around this coastline have always been the setting for much of Ireland's history and mythology. And how much is truth and how much is blarney in the tale of Grania Whale, a fierce 16th century pirate queen with her own fleet of fighting ships?
She said, it's far better to have a ship of good sailors than a ship of gold. And this is quite true. Now, she was a very dominating lady.
Was this a pirate fleet or a trading fleet?
When the trade was good, there were traders.
Yeah.
When the trade was bad, there were pirates. It was very tempestuous, and she was a very tempestuous lady. As to her beauty, that's in great doubt. But as to her strength, there's absolutely no doubt about that. When you think that she took on the corsairs from Algeria, and on one occasion, coming up from the south, she had just given birth to her son, and she was called on board one day later, attacked, and she took a blunderbuss, rallied her men, fought her way through the battle, and went back to her child. As a result of that, he was called Tibbet of the Ships.
Yes.
And finally, in the end, she realized that the game was up. And she knew that her lands might be taken from her, and she set out in her ship for London to meet Elizabeth herself. So the two great ladies of the age met.
And they did meet, is that fact?
That is true from the records. They met at Greenwich. Now, the thing is that she made an impression on the Queen. She said, this old, tired lady deserves her possessions back.
I bet she did.
Consequently, the Queen was greatly moved. When she came back again, she started in her old ways. She organised her fleets, and she was at sea again. But she was a lady of the sea. I don't think she was ever happy on land.
You brave Irish heroes, where'er you may be, I pray stand a moment and listen to me. Your sons and fair daughters are now going away.
Now, something that flourishes stronger than ever around here is the national sport of hurling, which gave me the chance to talk to a lovely, if rather shy man. He hand makes the sticks, or hurleys, and the right type of wood, ash, is all important.
See, I look for the grain. See, when I get the good
Yes.
grain, sometimes now I might have to move it down a bit in order to get the right grain. But when I have the grain, I mark it with my pencil. Now, I cut that out now, you see, with the saw. I have one already cut out here.
Oh, yeah.
First thing now I do, I put a line down the middle, straight,
Uh-huh.
you see.
Yes.
Now, I plane it, I have electric plane.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at one time, when I started first, I'd take all that off with the axe.
Yes.
See, I'd take it all off the
Oh,
side,
by hand,
by
yes.
hand. Then when we got the electricity, we got the plane.
Uh-huh. And you taught yourself how to do this, didn't you?
Yeah. I was, when I had a brother, and we used to go out and cut a stick, and go to my uncle's carpenter shop, and steal his tools now and again, and make them, and out of that.
Did he show you how to do it, or you just literally learned
Well, he
yourself?
wasn't, my uncle now wasn't a good man to make a hurling.
Do you still play yourself?
No. I didn't. I'm for 40 years of it,
Have you retired
retired. Yeah.
delicately? And did you make your own sticks when you did play?
Yes, I made my own stick. I never bought a hurling.
Out on the street I was talking to a man. He said there's so much in this life of mine that I don't understand. You shouldn't worry, I said, that ain't no crime. 'Cause if you get it wrong, you get it right next time, next time. Any direction, yeah, you need a name when you're standing at the crossroads. Every highway looks the same. After a while, you get to recognize the signs. So if you get it wrong, you get it right next time, next time. Life is a lie, yeah, life is a cheat. It'll lead you on and pull the ground from underneath your feet. No use complaining, don't you worry, don't you whine. 'Cause if you get it wrong, you get it right next time, next time. You gotta grow, you gotta learn by your mistakes. You gotta die a little every day just trying to stay awake. When you believe there's no mountain you can't climb, then if you get it wrong, you get it right next time, next time. Next